Thank you very much, Loungers. We are taking to the stage for Disguised versus Team Liquid. Not a lot in terms of position phase, stakes on the line here, but a lot on the line for a new bet that we actually...
hairs on the line.
It was brought to our attention. Thank you, audience member, who let me know right before we went live that a bet was just made between a couple members of these two organizations before going live. Apparently, APA and Coach Mash's hair is on the line. The loser shaves their head.
Mash, the coach of DSG, betting his hair on the line. This one, and he was the one to send the first Discord message.
Yep.
So yeah, they've got a lot to play for now.
APA posted it on socials. Go check it out right there. But for now, we'll keep our pulse on how the hair situation's going post game.
Are you also going to get in on this?
Oh, you know what? I'll shave my head no matter who loses. How about that?
I like that.
I'll join the losing side.
There you go.
Maybe I'll shave their head.
Solidarity.
Can I get the honor of that? That'd be fun.
I mean, you seem to be experienced at it, so...
I've never shaved somebody else's head, though. So that could be a little messy.
Maybe we keep sharp things out of your hands, then.
Yeah, let's give me a buzzer.
A little shaky.
A little buzzer.
Yeah,
That'll work. Easy, clean. Let's catch up on pick ban so far here. It's the classic Ziggs taken away from APA with Talia as well in that Rumble. And then Azir, Gwen, and Vi from Team Liquid side, Disguised on blue side. What is their #1 prio pick?
I mean, is it going to be Varus? We're going to get a Varus versus an Ezreal in this game? Holy! I'm actually more curious. Is APA going to shave his head and his mustache, or is he saving the mustache?
Oh, he's got to keep the mustache. That was not included in the bet.
Hey, look at that.
Holy,
crazy,
Varus
right?
Ezreal, revolutionary. I can't believe we're innovating the meta this late in the positioning phase.
Okay, so you're on the side of APA keeping the mustache, even if he has to shave his head?
Full disclosure, I am biased, as that is a look I have rocked in recent memory as well. So,
let me check chat real quick. Chat, would you rather have APA keep mustache?
No, that's not fair. Everybody hates the mustache. Just because in general people are mustache haters. So I'm not going to say that's fair. But I'm starting to smell burnt toast. No! What was that sign?
A lot of people think it's funny. Oh, Sejuani plus Yone combination locked up here. This is powerful, okay? It's looking better for Mash's hair now. I do like this draft. They got the Varus side. Yep. They get the Yone Sejuani, very potent 2v2 mid-jungle here. Very
strong having that ability to assist with the Sejuani passive with these melee champions, and they still haven't picked their top lane, so theoretically they could double down on that, but there's the Cassiopeia for APA.
Yeah, and we just got to look at his mustache as well, so people could get some more info for their
Can we zoom in on that, actually?
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know if we have that power.
I will probably say that it is more likely that Mash has to shave his head after this game, but it's up in the air.
Based on power rankings, I mean, we keep saying it. No bottom 4 team has beaten a top 4 team. We have not had an upset across that line yet. There are 2 more opportunities in the positioning phase.
What they really needed was motivation.
Ooh, Brazil! Shout out Brazil right there.
LTA Seoul, baby.
Yeah. Here I'm shouting as well. Let's go.
All right.
Got some APA fans in the audience.
J-Span off the table here for Castle. That is his favorite top lane champion, if I may say so myself.
On my life. Wow. There's a lot of,
Mossy started it all. Mossy started it all. Everyone's betting their lives and threatening each other.
I'm not going to get in on that one.
No?
I'll sit that
Good.
one
You're not going to bet my life? I'm glad.
Oh, I didn't know that was an option, Kobe.
It's not an option.
Well, now we'll consider it. Still undecided. But the bet's also taken off the table here. Nautilus banned away on DSG's side. They could go for another support pick. Because when I see something like the Ezreal, I always think you can draft a support that wants to get out of that lane, help impact the rest of the map. And Naafiri...
You do think that.
Yeah.
I do too.
Naafiri as a jungler also, usually it's about full clearing early, but you do like your support linking up with you eventually.
Certainly do. You know what would fill the role for both of those? Well, I was going to say Leona, but Neeko also fills that role, and CoreJJ had a good first Neeko game on stage just yesterday. So maybe we get that lock in there.
Yeah, we saw that beautiful Azir shuffle into the Pop Blossom combo.
The handoff, the alley-oop.
The alley-oop. Throw it up, dunk it down. But they're actually instead going to pivot to the Renekton.
Oh, I like it. See, they did the other hovers for the mind games. What is CoreJJ going to 5-pick on red side counter pick? It is very rare for red side to save, to just slam their top laner like that. But I guess with Impact, he's like, you know what? give me the old Renekton. I'll be good either way.
I mean, we talked about in the patch notes, all of Impact's notable champions got buffs. Renekton was one of those, so obviously they're happy with that. But CoreJJ also, for all supports in the league, has a relatively high counter pick percentage. They do like to do this.
So, did the mind game of hovering Neeko work?
Ooh, is this
because
what they wanted?
Because it's been, it's stolen away here. The Neeko plus the Varus, or they were just shouting it out because Neeko Varus is one of the most common pairings that we do have, and CoreJJ likes that pantheon.
He's hovering it.
You wanted him.
I was blessed last split seeing Core Pantheon. I don't think we're going to get it, though, as the Rell is instead locked in. I didn't want to get too excited too early, but Rell still fits that same role. You said the Leona. We already saw the Alistair Nautilus banned away. Rell's kind of in that same pocket, right? Engage support.
Yeah, and gives you a lot of possibilities here for CoreJJ to link up with UmTi. UmTi had a really good Naafiri game yesterday. This is actually triple Naafiri games for UmTi, I believe. So they really have taken a liking to... Oh, no, because he had the Zinzao one in there as well. But a lot of them, because the Lion one was only an extra game back, so he does have 3 total. And they really have liked this kind of swap of putting him on this carry champion that does have a lot of mobility, has the untargetability now, of course, on the W, and we'll see if he can get as big of an early lead as he did in the game yesterday, because yesterday it was kind of out of control after that early little scrap, and then he kind of counter ganked the mid play to get even further ahead. And when the Naafiri gets that far ahead early, really gets to run both jungles.
It's going to be up to eXyu. Can he contain the Naafiri? Can he contain the UmTi? Disguised have yet to pick up a win so far in the positioning phase, but they got one more chance before we move to the group stage next week. Team Liquid on the other side. Their position is pretty much locked in here, but they want to maintain momentum going into that group stage there, Kobe, because this is a team, they are the reigning champions. A reminder for everybody who might have forgotten based on the FlyQuest C9 kind of being at the top of expectations right now. Team Liquid, a dominant win here, while somewhat expected, also gets their name back in that conversation.
Also, it saves APA his hair. Reminder to anyone who just tuned in, APA and Mash. Ooh. Well, wait a second, as we have an actual fight.
APA's heroes might be his bot lane heroes. Huhi's getting giga punished in this early game. Level 1. Had to use the heal already. Traded for CoreJJ's Ignite, but should be able to get back to lane before the minions. It's just a trade of summoner spells as another invade. UmTi jumping onto castle here. I don't think we'll see much as Team Liquid do back off.
Yeah, decent amount of poke down there onto castle. That always feels so bad. Not only do you not deny the vision, but of course not getting that gold of killing the ward.
They get the 5 from the first auto, you know.
From pinging it or from seeing it. Oh, great. Okay, I like that. You know,
all right, so here we go. Wins. It's official, everybody. We have it on screen. APA tweeted it out. I'll shave my head if I lose to this guy. As you can see the whole conversation on the right there. It seems like loser shaves their head. So that's going to be... it's going to be higher stakes than we necessarily expected going into it.
I like it. My blood is pumping already. What's it going to be? A bald coach or a bald mid laner?
Also awesome to see that the highlight there, battle of the Maryville alumni, APA and ScaryJerry, of course, playing on the old collegiate roster together for a brief stint. And thought very fondly of each other. I got a chance to catch them at some of those live events, and always very fun. Spirits are always high between the two, as Yeon has to instant cleanse to get out of that one.
Yeah, I like the video that we had yesterday as well on ScaryJerry, where they interviewed APA directly, and he talked about his time on Maryville with them, and his #1 thing was complimenting his work ethic and how hard he practiced and how much time that he put in. So definitely a lot of respect there. You love to see it.
Ooh, flash from CoreJJ with the crash down. ScaryJerry in some trouble, but Yeon gets hit by the root. Huhi saving his AD carry's life for now. ScaryJerry still has both summoner spells available. CoreJJ's continuing the chase, and they got him. First blood to Yeon.
Wow. TL bottom lane, wait a second.
Ooh, UmTi even pushes eXyu off of the red buff. Has smite. eXyu, can you get in there? Can't quite see. Looks like UmTi's the one that got it.
Yeah, UmTi's bottom lane just won, and he's playing Naafiri into Sejuani, so very good invade here. Bottom lane pushing in, stole away the red, full vision coverage over eXyu as well on the Sejuani, dropping the double wards to see him. So CoreJJ and Yeon, I mean, eXyu walked right past it.
Yeah, oh, CoreJJ's actually going in at an awkward time. He's trying to stop huhi from catching the wave, but now eXyu's here. ScaryJerry's back in lane. I think CoreJJ should just go down. Arctic Assault forward. eXyu just needs the passive. Core actually, ooh, almost gets out of there, but one snipe from the arrow. ScaryJerry's on the board.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, they really didn't want the minion wave in a bad place, but they did have vision of Sejuani there. Let's see what UmTi, maybe stop the recall at the very least.
eXyu is not able to get his red buff, but is at least able to get an assist and set up his bot lane, who was falling behind there. I mean, dying for ScaryJerry meant that he lost some of that CS, but the wave is basically saved here. Let's see. I don't know if it's fully frozen bot side, but it's at least in a pretty safe spot for right now.
And I think it will slowly push back, bouncing away, judging from the position there. So it is going to go right back towards TL. And remember, TL used all of their summoner spells. Well, CoreJJ's Ignite is back up from the early Ignite, but they did both use theirs. So
interesting that I wanted to highlight DSG. They're making a play topside. eXyu's actually, oh, he just showed. So Impact should know he's a minion. Does Impact do the counting? He didn't count! Rooted up! Taken down! Team Liquid top lane in trouble, and it's Castle that gets the kill cred.
So now you know the Neeko's top side. What is the bottom side going to do? Because ScaryJerry is left alone. Doesn't look like they're pushing very quickly here. They're trying to just keep it out of reach.
I think he might lane swap because Castle's back and also, so Castle go TP. Yep, here we go. Castle TP's bot. ScaryJerry's going to run topside, but what an early play from DSG, who he has been all around the map so far this split. Kobe, you even highlighted yesterday that he's like the highest roam percentage, right? Or at least jungle proximity percentage.
The time spent with your jungler pre 14 minutes. And he did so there. It was kind of interesting. Yeah, you pointed out Sejuani showed, but Sejuani wasn't the real threat.
That was the bait. Impact was like, oh, I see the Sejuani. Now I have a false sense of security. But we wanted to highlight a little bit more of the huhi kind of narrative here, because him and CoreJJ actually have an interesting kind of history against each other. Both of these supports, very long tenured careers in the North region here, as Castle's just going to try and get a combo onto CoreJJ. Should be just fine. CoreJJ actually taking a lot of damage right there. But you can see the accolades between these two. Both have been playing for quite a while here. But notably, CoreJJ has a little more experience playing with rookies. He's played with players like Tactical, players like Yeon, whereas this is huhi's first time really playing with a rookie in ScaryJerry. So I think that some of the play style might come down to that. huhi has a very different style when it comes to playing with a new bot lane.
Here we go on the Dragon setup. Castle moving in right on Yeon.
Yeah, it doesn't have the flash available. It does have that cleanse, so he's able to get out of there.
I also found it interesting that both CoreJJ and huhi have role swapped. You know, huhi came from mid lane, CoreJJ from AD carry, although be it very long ago.
Yeah, Dignitas, right?
And they both found a bunch of success.
Love to see a success story there.
Kiwi Kid, for anyone who remembers the old school.
That was before even my time, Kobe. So let's get out of there. I can't add much to this conversation here, but we do see the Dragon start up from Disguised. eXyu on it, and nobody's taking those grubs yet as Impact pops the Dominus. Flash out of ScaryJerry. We have UmTi in the neighborhood as well. huhi again, just lethal with those roots. Impact will live. UmTi is now all alone. Pops the W. Hound's Pursuit gets him out of there, but Team Liquid, they almost lost their top laner for that play. Hard committed to it.
And they did lose their top laner's flash. Although they didn't lose his life, they still lose his flash. And it is going to be neutrals traded since you got the Dragon alert there. eXyu and DSG are able to take that Mountain Drake. So after the kind of messy play on top side, they are going to go for their grubs, and CoreJJ might go for more.
We're going for the dive. We know there's no flash. He has the barrier. ScaryJerry will pop it. Ignite burning, but he can walk away. So Team Liquid, they don't have to invest that much. They just push ScaryJerry out of lane.
Okay, let's see. It doesn't seem like it's going to punish too much since Castle's already lane swapping back. Castle is running here, and they do have a protection ward. Actually, Castle going to take a little stop here to help with the jungle fight.
Yeah, UmTi no longer has a Hound's Pursuit. W is down. He has to flash away, so Summoner Spell burned. Thought he had a window to actually go for the invade.
All right, well, the cannon minion dies while they take the detour in getting back to that lane. But looks like that one should end up fine. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, after that recall, ScaryJerry lives, and he's going to be able to go collect this wave that's pushing to him, but that cannon minion dies as well.
Ooh.
So it is -2 cannon minions in the swap.
I wanted to see what Impact bought. It looked like just a longsword, because in the extended play top side, Impact loses flash, they don't get the kill, but Castle got the wave shoved in and took plates bot side. So for right now, Castle seems to have just a slight advantage. It gets even more plates top side, so some slight tempo play.
Yeah, and he has a lot of gold advantage, so it's the CS that has built up from these back-to-back swaps and the plate gold here.
Yep.
Really going to good use for him. We'll see if this Aatrox becomes a big
Glacial Prison
in
invested mid lane. APA throws up the patented Ziggs double thumbs up. Nice.
Swing and a miss.
And huhi actually roam topside. That is not the Varus, that is the Neeko.
So now I'm curious, because you said you don't know Kiwi Kid. Do you know,
well, I
if
know
you're looking at a Sejuani,
conceptually
if I'm looking at a Sejuani though, and that one was just like out of range, usually it's more like if a Sejuani ult goes diagonal or something to someone, but if I said Xmithy, do you know that?
Yes, that is the Sejuani ult missing the target.
Just checking.
Yeah,
just checking.
yeah. I'm a CLG guy, Kobe. Come on, I know my Xmithy.
We have to verify your credentials.
All right, I'll give you the timer. It's anything pre-2016. That's when it gets a little muddy for me.
Okay, well, eXyu's on the move again, bottom side, but there was a ward there that sees him, so I don't think there's going to be a play for him on the bottom side.
But again, I mean, Impact's getting to this wave a little late. He gives over another plate. Like, Impact, yes, he gets the Renekton, but the early game's not going the Renekton's way so far. He's been a little behind these lane rotations and has yet to really hit a turret.
Meanwhile, the mid lane.
Meanwhile, yeah, Abbedagge getting dove underneath the turret. Don't quite have enough damage for it, but topside, ScaryJerry does! Feats of Warfare claim Disguised with their third kill.
This is such a good game for Disguised. I mean, that's up to 1,000 gold lead off of that, and they're going to get more turret plate money off the top side from killing Impact down there. This is actually huge for them.
I mean, this is night and day what we've seen from Disguise so far. This is Disguise with a fantastic early game, pushing Team Liquid and really just out-rotating the team that we have lauded for their ability to rotate and play the map. Disguise are doing it better.
All right, looks like we're going to get a little mini replay of that one. Huhi walks up. Neeko ultimate into the full CC chain.
Yep. And you know what? He didn't have flash from that earlier play when he tried to all in on ScaryJerry, so getting punished for that one. Is now ScaryJerry back in the mid lane this time.
It's interesting, too, because if you're looking at the comps, there is a lot of hard engage here for DSG, and if they can continue to push the fights here around these objectives, get there first, you have so many engage tools that all you have to do is keep up tempo, keep playing around the objectives, and go for picks on these TL members, and they might be able to do it.
I want to see Disguise, like you said, keep that aggression going. Go for the dragons. Go for these grubs on spawn, because silently APA is doing a really good job of just getting ahead of Abbedagge in the CS department. The Cassiopeia does kind of feel like this eventual bomb. You have the Roa completed once that fully stacks, and you're able to get more items. The Cassiopeia can be a problem for the relative short range of the solo laners on Disguise side, as APA is actually taking a solo onto Castle. Now has UmTi behind him, misses the Petrifying Gaze, but in goes UmTi under the turret, has the W to dodge the aggro, but APA takes another turret shot. UmTi gets the kill.
Castle fights back a little bit and forces APA's flash, but still goes down. Meanwhile, topside Impact under attack again.
Dominus pulled, and he just kills the entire wave, but we are diving regardless. Chain CC, Abbedagge with the kill.
Impact might as well be a pinata this game. Cracked open for some more gold this time around, but it is going to be traded sides of the map. So this time around, TL are actually getting something, of course, and the kill did go into the hands of UmTi into that Naafiri, which he did have a pretty big effect on yesterday. So we'll see if that is wisely spent. Abbedagge, meanwhile, definitely needs a bunch of this gold, because once you get your Blade of the Ruin King on Yone, that's where you really have your true threat here. So if he's able to finish that on his next back, which I assume he will be able to, then you get a lot of that side lane pressure, and we'll start to see DSG if they can actually use their engage potential.
APA, again, didn't get it the first time, but no flash on Castle, no TP to get back into lane, and no ultimate, notably as well. So APA can just bully around any side laner. This is kind of the win con for Team Liquid at this point. Can APA just maintain a stable game state on his side of the map.
Yeah, and I would say Yeon also still has a really good, way to carry this game. He is not behind on the Ezreal at all, really. Ezreal can remain fairly safe in the face of, the massive amount of engage on the DSG side. So Yeon could be in a very good position too. Cassiopeia is good in these counter-engaged scenarios, so they do have multiple threats. Even though Impact is fairly far behind in this game, UmTi, APA, and Yeon all in positions to very viably carry this.
There was a short period ScaryJerry had an item advantage, but Yeon just finished Trinity Force, and there's really nothing to fight for right now, so Team Liquid do have a little breathing room right now. That top side is just where you're starting to feel some concern for them. 0-3 for Impact right now. Has not been able to maintain his ability to just, survive in that side lane. His turret's got one plate left and is about to lose that additional armor. But now in the bot side, we do see the engage. CoreJJ backing up APA. That petrifying gaze will land, and it's CoreJJ with the kill credit.
Dude, they just cannot give any of these last hits over to APA. This Cassio, APA is doing a lot of work, okay?
Yep.
He was winning his lane early on.
Give the man a kill.
We want some money on that snake. But regardless, it's still going to be a very positive play for them. Can they finish here towards
eXyu
tower?
and huhi are coming down.
No Cassio ult or flash, but I don't think there's a lot of threat with just a Sejuani and a support Neeko. So really it's just kind of relieve a little bit of the pressure on the tower and try to buy time for Yone to get back, since Abbedagge just finished his Blade of the Ruined King that we are looking for.
So at this point, huhi should be just fine. At this point, since we've traded dragons, we've traded grubs, and gold is relatively even, if not almost exactly even, who we favoring? Okay, actually, I'm going to favor APA right now in the side lane. I did not realize how much he was pushing that turret. He just takes first turret of the game.
Abbedagge's got to be a little bit careful here. UmTi could definitely go for this one. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're just keeping track of the rest.
Yeah, Abbedagge is in some trouble here, as the Fate's sealed. Might have to use it defensively to get away, but actually he could look to turn back around. Has eXyu and huhi behind him. Does not. No summoner burn, no ultimate burned. Everyone just walks away. But that turret take means that Team Liquid, they just need to get one more objective, neutral objective, and they do have feats of strength. Same can be said for Disguised, since they got the feats of warfare first 3 kills.
Yep, everything comes down to the Rift Herald to be able to finish off those feats. Will arrive very shortly here, and the access to Rift Herald granted by pushing mid lane first. So CoreJJ doing the setup work here. Gets the vision down, leading over to it. Very deep in enemy jungle.
Ooh, actually Castle's surrounded right now on the minimap. We can see it. I don't think that Team Liquid realize it, as Impact will walk up. Castle now gets back to his turret, so he should be safe from this position. But there's the Herald. Looks like we will get a scrap for it. Abbedagge is pushing bot side, but he has the teleport available. Does he want to preemptively teleport or wait? He might get the turret first.
So eXyu, it looks by the recharge on his smite, he only had 1 smite charge, and he just used that charge on the Scuttle Crab.
Oh, okay.
It's taking a while.
And now the Pop Blossom engage. It only lands on a CoreJJ. UmTi gets out of there, and now Disguise are surrounded. Petrifying gaze from APA. Team Liquid are going all in on this one, and they are getting rewarded. Yeon catching eXyu in the side there. It's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Team Liquid, and it doesn't look like Abbedagge is going to be able to get anything done. He wasn't there at the start. He has to teleport in. Cannot equalize the play.
Yeah, I think just a little bit too late there. TL are going to be able to get the objective, even though the Scuttle Crab smite worked out. They get the win in the fight. They're going to get the feats off of the Rift Herald.
Not too shabby when it comes down to team fighting. That is something that Team Liquid, we had expectations, should be able to out-execute on Disguise. The early game went fantastic for Disguise. Their lane assignments, their ability to move around the map, great stuff to get them an early lead, but now things are starting to fall apart as Abbedagge is going for a 1v1 out of Impact, but UmTi is still in the neighborhood. Abbedagge has to Fate Sealed, it's blocked, has the flash available, does he need to use it? Under turret goes UmTi, he's knocked back up. Abbedagge might have the outplay, does flash away and almost takes down his jungle opponent.
It does get to live here. They trade flashes, as you say, but all other lanes are also getting pushed by Team Liquid. Dragon is spawning. CoreJJ is already there with brush control.
As Yeon actually could be in some trouble here. eXyu doesn't have the ultimate available, and Yeon just arcane shifts away. Now APA walking up. Team Liquid are trying to control access to the dragon.
And APA is insanely powerful here. Even though he didn't get the last hits on those kills that they wanted to get him on the bottom side, he still got the assist, and he still got the tower gold, and he still has his 2-item power spike.
Ooh, UmTi's actually taken a pretty dangerous path there. Still has the Hound's Pursuit, though, so he can always get away from things like the Pop Blossom, like Glacial Prison, which is coming off cooldown shortly here for eXyu. But it looks like we could get another scrap for the Dragon. This time it's Castle and Impact not in the fight. Both of them have teleport. Early teleport from Castle all the way to the bottom lane. This gives Impact a little window here to actually catch his wave, try and push it back out. We'll see when he decides to join up. But for right now, Disguised actually have slight control over the river. Teleport flank coming in, engaged from CoreJJ. It's only onto the jungler. Pop Blossom does land on APA. He's quite tanky, though. Has the Roa completed, has the Seraphs, but CoreJJ does not. He does go down. Now Castle's trying to get onto APA. Impact on the flank, on the back line, gets down eXyu. It's Castle as the front line. Abbedagge gets onto UmTi, though. Junglers are out of the fight. APA still alive, just free firing here. No threats now. He does get rooted over the wall, though. Big damage there. Impact pushed away. ScaryJerry with a snipe! And APA, he goes in for more! The Blast Code, he flashes! He takes down ScaryJerry, but gives his life for it. Abbedagge was there to punish!
Oh my goodness, what a brawl in the river! Scrapping it out here. In the end, the extra kill does go over, but okay, we'll go right back into the replay to look at how it all started. There were so many Super Blast Cones. The first one for CoreJJ to start. Then the Sejuani ultimate did not hit Cassiopeia there. Went through as he was in the Pop Blossom, but still able to get the first kill as they take down CoreJJ, and then they kind of kite away. APA kites away there and then is able to go for the re-engage. With this miasm to create some room, but the rest of them are just so low and they're already down a person. When huhi hits the snare, it actually opens up for ScaryJerry to target Impact. And then there's the second Super Blast Cone right back in for APA, as he said, and then he flashes to complete the play, but Abbedagge had his ultimate there.
Incredibly confident from APA in that moment. He was like, I won my kills, okay? I don't want to shave my head, all right? As looks like we're back to live here. We see that we're at the Otacon for Disguised. Where's UmTi at right now? He's approaching from the bottom of the river. Team Liquid are looking to engage. They don't have Impact with them. He's walking all the way from the mid lane. It could come down to a 50-50. UmTi's not even going to look for it. As Disguised are just tanking up some of the Otacon damage. It's so scary to team fight after this because now you have less resistances the more you get hit by this thing. Instead, we're looking at Castle. Impact's in the pit. And now the Pop Blossom from huhi. It actually lands on their two. They got Yeon. Has to flash away. Trying to get to safety. Yeon is safe for right now. It's a trade of supports to kick things off as Disguise trying to get these flowers. They got the Otacon, but that is not the big objective. You got to get the autos off afterwards. Castle trying to buy them that space as APA just chases down ScaryJerry. Now looks for the rest of the fight. Abbedagge gets onto Yeon with the help of Castle. APA still full health though. Team Liquid can still do this with Cassiopeia. UmTi and Impact are taking the 2v2 for top lane jungle. Abbedagge's got low health. APA chasing him away. And Team Liquid, are they winning or losing? I can't even tell, man.
They're winning.
UmTi's got it. Castle does not have the damage. Impact does. Team Liquid will win the team fight.
The Conqueror value in this fight is actually insane for all TL members. The Conqueror stacked almost the whole time. Only Yeon died on the re-engage, so he went down a bit earlier, but the rest of them with the full chase through. And TL are also going to be able to traverse the entire rift after the fight to get back and kill the dragon. I will say the flower count, though, still goes to DSG. They end up with 33 petals to TL's 18, but wait a second.
They might even find more. Ooh, Abbedagge suppressed in the pit. And burning down does get out, though. He's fine. Dragon over to Team Liquid. Yes, the Otacon flowers over to DSG, but Team Liquid further ahead in the Dragon count, and also getting those kills gets them a little more gold in their pocket.
Okay. Another rambunctious brawl here. Let's take a look at how it started out. They found Castle early, so he dashed over the wall. As Castle left, that's when huhi went in, though, and they got the full engage onto Yeon, who blew Cleanse and Flash. Does get out, and they trade support for support. But then the re-engage. I thought ScaryJerry up there being so low was going to...
what's happening live? Okay, looks like APA actually getting caught out in a side lane. Oh, Team Liquid's kryptonite. APA taking down DSG. Pounce on the snake.
DSG keeping up with the pace of the game. I mean, wait a second. Looking at the aftermath, we just came out of a replay, but no other lanes for TL were pushed. It looks like just that one was pushed. So it seems a little odd to only have like 1 point on the map be pushed by a solo Cassio, but very good for DSG to be able to prey on him and go pick him off.
Impact might get top turret here. Yeah, I think he should. Castle's trying to get there. Does Impact want to commit? Yeah, one auto should have it. I think he should be fine. So extended play, sure, but you can see in the replay there, yeah, that was just APA. Too far up, nobody around him.
Yeah, and then sometimes you make the argument, okay, well, we're pushing multiple lanes at the same time, and if they overcommit, then you don't get anything. But I guess the one hit on that top tower, though, is does result in an objective, does result in some gold there for Team Liquid as well.
Bit of a comeback here for Impact as well, because he's able to pick up a couple kills in those fights, gets that top turret. So now that big ballooning and gold lead in the top side is pretty even. Still 500 in favor of Castle.
The balloon
That's a little. That's like the type of balloon that you like a clown
it's a
makes
couple
into
days
like a little
old,
dog.
so
it's deflated. Yeah, slightly deflated. You know, you ask your uncle, hey, can you re-tie this for me? It's falling apart a little bit. They say, nah, past life.
Are we unpacking some Kangas trauma here?
You know what? I've lived a long life,
Kangas balloon trauma.
I've lived a long life, let me tell you. UmTi in the enemy jungle right now. eXyu doing the same as Impact gets pushed away. So they're jockeying for this top side. They have the wave going to crash into that turret, but not going to actually commit to the siege. Castle, meanwhile, might get dove here. UmTi nearby. Again, Hound's Pursuit, such a strong tool to juggle the turret aggro, but it's actually APA taking it right now. Has to flash away. UmTi jumping away from the chains of corruption as well. So botched dive attempt from Team Liquid. Teleport in from Impact, and he gets out of there. A lot committed for TL. Not a lot of reward.
Let's take count here. So it was teleport for teleport with Impact and Abbedagge using theirs. So it's the extra flash off of APA that is the real victory for DSG in their defense there.
And they don't get the top wave. That was successfully pushed in by DSG.
Very true. Dying to tower right now, those minions. So an extra bit of value. And honestly, even though APA has been such a strong point for TL for a lot of this game, with all the kills that Abbedagge's been getting in these fights, he's almost to Infinity Edge here on Yone. So that Infinity Edge 3-item Yone will be really scary for the backline.
Kobe, they're going for a Baron, essentially on spawn, 25
They
and
burn
18.
it pretty quickly.
They do with the Yone. Again, it's lethality Varus, so not going to be doing as much damage there, but Abbedagge jumps off the Baron over the wall. Team Liquid are going to spot it. UmTi could look for the steal, but the pop lost, and that means Hound's Pursuit is down. UmTi's going to try and get around the wall. He does it! Successful Baron Heist for Disguised.
Disguised. They're doing everything they need in this game. The Baron Heist is successful, and they don't even drop a minion. Castle gets down there with a teleport.
Kobe! Disguised are bringing it to Team Liquid right now.
Yep, Team Liquid. They are looking a bit sluggish here. Wait, there's a snake in the grass.
Gotta watch out for those kids.
They're trying to make some sort of play afterwards, but there's no reason for Disguise to like recheck that area. They know that area of the map was been in Team Liquid control, so they should assume it has danger in it, and they're the ones that already have the Baron buff, so they can just push back out and get that outer tower.
Disguise do have also time to play for that dragon. It's 30 seconds, so they're not pressured to immediately go into the jungle. I love this. Push mid instead, and Team Liquid, again, late on the rotation. They just went for the resets. They're going to lose this mid turret, and now presumably lose some of their control, but they do have a lot of flanking TP wards for APA. It's not going to be Impact. That will not be up by the time the dragon spawns, but...
Look at how deep CoreJJ is, too. I mean, he's going to walk over wards to get here, so I don't think DSG will be caught off guard at all.
It's CoreJJ and APA. They were spotted, like you said. So Disguise actually back up. But Abbedagge just pushing this top side. What a Red Bull Baron power play. 3,000 in advantage for Disguise just off of that alone, and they're going to even take the tier 2 mid. The map is just falling apart for Team Liquid.
DSG, they are kind of doing it here, Kangas. Another tower down, more territory to work with. They can retreat right back to this dragon. There is a plethora of Team Liquid vision around it, but I don't think that actually matters here.
DSG are making this very interesting right now. If you had asked me going into this game who the heavy favorites were, I think 9 people out of 10 would tell you Team Liquid, and that one person is Toast himself.
He would also say that we're the underdogs.
Why isn't his hair on the line? Mash's hair's on the line. We got APA's hair on the line.
We got your hair on the line.
We got my hair on the line as well. I did put my name in that hat. Maybe that was a motivation disguised needed. Again, a reminder, they have yet to pick up a win. You look at the top left of your screen, DSG with a big 0-6 underneath it. That's their record in the positioning phase. This would be their first win.
Yeah, and it's even bigger than that, too. It would be the first of any bottom 4 team to take a win off of the top 4, too. That's the last of the secondary towers.
A fantastic game from Disguise so far. You can find very little, like errors in their play so far, and you can see just how impactful this would be. That's 14-0 when you just draw the line at the top 4 versus the bottom 4. Not a single one has been able to cross that line. Disguised are on the precipice of being the first, but I don't want to curse them because the job's not over. They do still have more League of Legends to play. And Team Liquid are by no means out of this game. APA is still scaling. Now is that Seeker's Arm Guard completed.
And there definitely have been some errors, but they've been fighting through them, you know, and still able to come back, sneak the Baron when they're in a tight spot, and be able to get themselves back into a good position.
I'm also part blind, so that's why I wasn't able to see any.
Well, you got the glasses.
I am wearing my glasses now. True. Oh, huhi. Testing the vision of Yeon right there, who does get away.
All right. They have so many tools, too, as far as the Sejuani engage and the full follow-up here. Team Liquid have to be very careful about counting minions, about trying to keep track of Neeko. It's a difficult job, later into the game especially, but very critical one.
I'm happy that DSG are actually backing up Abbedagge here. APA and UmTi were looking at him, but then eXyu's joining as well, saying, nope, you will not get onto my mid laner. In fact, we're going to buy space for Abbedagge to push out that wave even more. No objectives for a while, though. 2 minutes for the next Baron, 3 minutes for Dragon, and Baron is, of course, expired now for DSG. So we have a slight moment to breathe. Take stock of everything. It is, in fact, a 3K lead as UmTi actually might be caught out of sorts, caught out of position, has to flash out of the engage of DSG.
Another small victory here for DSG. That's the reward you get for controlling vision, for controlling enemy jungle. We just saw them spend a whole minute, basically, in this jungle, placing their wards. You talked about hovering Abbedagge's split push, allowing him to get it all the way up, and they kind of close the loop there and do punish UmTi a bit.
IE complete with the Quicksilver Sash for Abbedagge, so in a very good position.
Dangerous man.
Dangerous man. Can he get the buff steal? He does. And even gets out clean. Love to see it. That's that vision prio that they set up. Now, Team Liquid do have a lot of vision bot side as well, but it's very early vision. There's no dragon to fight for. They have their teleports, but I don't think they'll get a lot of value out of any flanking wards right now. We do have a little bit more time before we expect to see that next fight. Disguised are playing a much, much cleaner League of Legends today than we've seen them play in some of their other games so far. And I love to see it. You love to see this type of story because they've been close. You remember even their FlyQuest game. They made FlyQuest sweat and work for that win. And then we hadn't necessarily seen that big spark from them yet. This is that spark in full display.
See if they can do it. Can they complete versus TL here? I mean, you're pointing out some of the key ones, with the Quicksilver Sash on the side there for Abba. You also have to keep track of the Zhonyas there for APA. Don't want to overcommit onto a Cassiopeia who is pretty good at counter-engage with Flash and Zhonyas and Ultimate available to try and outplay. You do have to be very careful. So there is a lot more pressure here on DSG. It's good that you bring up their game versus FlyQuest because, they were able to get some big fight victories to get themselves some gold to be in positions kind of similar to these ones and weren't quite able to win the fight around their objective when it mattered. Now is the time with the pressure on to focus on the next engage.
He's actually not going to get caught out here. He's got eXyu in his back pocket, and it's Inset Impact that has to jump away, slice defensively, not usually the direction the Renekton wants to go. And that means he's going to be about half health here as the Baron has spawned, and we're just TPing straight into there. Oh, no, it's a back channel. Never mind. Other one. Wrong direction. Castle actually picks up another completed item, though. So DSG, they are ready to tussle. Engage could come out at any moment here. CoreJJ, we've seen him go for it. We've seen eXyu go for it. These are the primary engage tools on both of these teams. eXyu gets heavily chunked by APA right there. So now half health for the Sejuani. And okay, Ezreal ult does whiff everybody. Would have been nice poke. Can't quite get it onto eXyu right now.
Yeah, poke damage favoring TL a bit there with eXyu, as you say, taking the majority of it. Looks like they're actually going to take the call of splitting, having Cassio solo the dragon while the rest of them hold vision around Baron. And if they feel like DSG are committing to the Baron, they can call APA over with his teleport.
No wards on the top side, though, so he's going to teleport to mid. It will be a direct front-to-back fight for Team Liquid. No flanking shenanigans.
UmTi could go for a steal as well.
Yep, jumping over the pit could be the answer. The Baron's getting low, but instead they're just going to catch impact well far forward from the rest of the team. And Team Liquid are now, they have to go for 50-50, but instead it's Abbedagge over the wall, pushing UmTi away. The House Pursuit's down. Abbedagge pushes all members of Team Liquid out of there. Disguise are going to get their second Baron, and Abbedagge gets a kill.
They did it in the critical moments here. DSG, wait, they're not even done.
Oh, Fate's sealed. That's Yeon jumping away. Still has the summon spells available, but UmTi might be in trouble here. No flash. Over the wall goes Abbedagge. UmTi's going to go down. Disguised. Get the Baron, they get multiple kills, they have the wave shoved. Is this their moment?
It is! They can push for the win, they have teleport on Abbedagge, they can teleport him in with the Baron and the death timers here. They can go for the win.
All 5 members up, only 2 left for Team Liquid. Disguise could be the team to make it happen. None of the bottom 4 teams have taken a game versus a top 4 team. Disguise could be them. Engage under the turret. One last Nexus turret remaining, but the wave is getting cold right now. Team Liquid doing a good job to hold on Disguise. They don't want to go for the kill and build. They're going to let the minions do the damage. Now they might just go back in. Abbedagge onto Impact. Low health bars on Team Liquid's top laner and mid laner. But Disguise, they don't feel confident enough to walk up. They're giving the space back to Team Liquid. They've never been in this position before. Can they close it out now? Big damage onto Yeon. Still has a flash available. Huhi could go for the hero play. Gets to engage onto CoreJJ. APA's out of there. Disguise just need to hit the Nexus. Just go for the game, and guys, can they